So today, class, we will perform the physiochemical processes of the cell. And now, we have our first procedure. This is what we call filtration. But first, you have to make filtration setup with a filter paper lining the funnel. Number 1. Dissolve 1 teaspoon sodium chloride crystals in about 50 ml of starch solution. Pour into the filter paper lined funnel. So this is an example of your test setup. So you have to get 5 ml from that filtrate to test for sodium chloride and for starch. Get 5 ml of the filtrate and place it in a clean test tube. To test for starch, add 10 drops of Lugol's iodine solution. Blue-black color indicates the presence of starch. To test for sodium chloride, add a drop of silver nitrate. The formation of a white precipitate indicates the presence of sodium chloride. And then we have our procedure letter B, which is diffusion. So, in a prepared gelatin in a test tube, add 5 drops of methylene blue dye on the surface of the gel. So for procedure number 2, prepare a starch solution and then add 1 tablespoon of table salt, or what we called sodium chloride, and 1 ml of glucose solution. Stir and let it cool. So this is our starch, salt, sugar solution. you have to pour some from that solution into the sausage bag. And of course, you have to tie each end using a string. Suspend in a beaker of distilled water. Stand for 15 to 30 minutes. And then observe for diffusion. And then you have to test the water in the beaker for starch and sodium chloride. So you have to repeat what you did in procedure letter A. Again, add 10 drops of Lugol's iodine solution to test for starch. As you may observe, there is no blue-black color. It is because the starch molecules are too large to pass through the membrane. Next, to test for sodium chloride, again add 1 drop of silver nitrate. But here, our test for sodium chloride is positive. Sodium chloride molecules are small that they can easily pass through the membrane. For Benedict's test or test for glucose, place 5 ml of the Benedict solution into a test tube and add 20 drops of the water from the beaker. Heat in boiling water for 5 to 10 minutes. Formation of a green, yellow, or red precipitate indicates the presence of glucose. After 10 minutes, we can observe that we have a negative result for glucose. It is because glucose cannot pass through the membrane via simple diffusion. It is because it is both large and polar. And lastly, we have our procedure letter C, which is osmosis. So with a medicine dropper or pipette, carefully place a small drop of 5% copper sulfate solution on a watch glass containing 2% potassium ferrocyanide solution. This membrane is semi-permeable. That is, it is permeable to water molecules but not to the solutes present.